Hey guys, and welcome back. It is a muddy mess back here. I have not been in the garden. It seems to be a theme. I work on it a little bit, then I don't work on it for a while. It has been a crazy couple of months for sure. I need to catch back up again. We had some fails in the garden. I'll show you everything, but hopefully we'll get to all the things we need to get to. Most of it is taking care of this woolly mess. It is a plethora of life back here, but we need to get some things cleaned up. But it is looking a woolly mess back here. A lot of the color has since died back. The Rebecca is still going strong. I do not cut on them that much, so they probably could last longer if I regularly came out and cut on them. I did trim back I think it's the verbena, the sparkling amethyst verbena, and the super petunias that were back here. Some of them, I don't think the verbena is really going to come back. It never really took hold at all, and it just never did anything. Like it was colorful for a little bit, but it was never really that much of any kind of flower power back here. I do see the petunias are starting to bud up and probably start to flower again. They'll probably be good until the end of the season. I do need to deadhead some of the white daisies that have since kind of died out. My hibiscus over there has stopped blooming, but this one is now putting on a little bit of a show. They are pretty massive blooms. I actually want to say I like the Edge of Night better than the other one. I think that one's like, I think it's chocolate something, but I have to say I think I like this one better because it stays more compact. Not that it's going to be small, but that it's a tighter, rounder shape instead of the other one, which kind of just looks like stalks, tall stalks. So I don't know over the next couple of years if it will round out and just get bigger and wider or not, but I do need to do something with this one. It looks like it's got some sort of powdery mildew and some other stuff going on with it, maybe spider mites. We are going to get things done. We're going to enjoy what we are able to do. I do have to say, I am starting to really enjoy these little spheres on this plant. It does look like it needs maybe some fertilizer. It's starting to turn yellow in some spots, but we have been getting tons of rain. And I mean tons of rain. I need to like go and weed whack all the debris from my neighbor's yard is starting to come on this side. So we get a lot of vines and other things coming from underneath the fence, and I typically have to weed whack it every couple of weeks to keep it from getting too bad and encroaching in this space. The Incredibles are doing really great. I did have one of these die, but it is getting large. They get massive. They just keep mounding and growing, and you can separate. If you look, you can see like tiny clusters, and you can just separate them out. But this Gumfrina is super awesome. I wish I had more, but I did not have a good start to anything practically this season except for my first round of tomatoes, and I have not been able to get back on track since then. So if you're like me, it kind of is what it is. My all of my basil practically has gone to flower, and I'm not worried about trimming them back or anything. I'm just going to let them do their thing, let them flower, and just leave them alone. The strawberries didn't really do a whole lot just because it got super hot super fast. I do have some squash plants and zucchini plants out here. I don't know if we're going to get anything. It's still decent in the season that we might. They're all relatively new, so I think we might get some. We had an inch and a half rain last night, and then we had 4.5 inches the night before. So what is that? 6 inches? All right, in just a couple of days. So we've had so many flash floods over the last couple of weeks. It's pretty crazy. Now I do have Lysianthus in here, which is totally fine. However, because they did great, I think, but I just started them off kind of poorly. So I'm going to give them a go next year, but I'm going to do something different. And now that I understand how they work from successfully being able to grow at least 10 of them to bloom, I think next year I will be able to do a lot more. I do have the deadhead, tons of peppers in here. This one is super prolific. It is I think it's a lunchbox variety. I have to put up on the screen. And then I also have this goddess pepper, which I have to say is super prolific as well. On just this one plant alone, I've gathered probably 10 or 15 of these, and there's still tons more popping off. Tons of basil. These are about to go to seed again. You can tell when they're about to go to seed because they start looking like this, and then they just shoot up stalks after that. But I'm okay with that. We're just going to let them be. here and have fun. I do have some climbing things, whether they're cucumbers or something else, I'm not sure, but I don't think they're getting enough sun. My sweet potato vines are going up and climbing very far. However, they have yet to flower, which I don't know if any tubers are going to be in the ground yet because I haven't seen it flower yet. And I know sometimes with potatoes or like sweet potatoes, when you start to see the flowering, that's when you know the tubers are forming. Now I do have tomatoes in here. I can't remember what variety because the tray of tomatoes that I did Roma, I did another like a beefsteak kind, and I believe I did another Roma or cherry tomato or something like that. And I don't know what that is because none of my seeds came up except for that one. However, if it starts to take off, which I'm hoping it will, um, maybe we'll get another flush of tomatoes. So far, the peppers are doing their thing, but they haven't really put on any type for the new ones that I have up here in the front. They haven't really done anything else. So everything's kind of in a lull right now. And it's kind of like that shift and change in season. I am going to go ahead and get the yard cleaned up as best I can. I have to do some things at my mom's house as well. And then once I do, I can get some lettuce going. I'll have them done in time for the family gathering. I don't know. We'll see. It does say it takes about 60 days. I have just about that much time for, for them to get started from seed to harvest. So I don't know, but let me go ahead and get ready so I can get this done. It's going to be another hot day. It's supposed to rain even more. We've had like 15 plus days of rain possibly on the forecast. And so far it has lived up to its names. I need to get going before we get any more rain. Look how big that thing is. That's pretty huge. That's huge. Look how big my hand is. It's like larger than my hand. How cool is that? Yeah. But I'm going to put some more soil in here. I'm going to take this out because I don't think it's doing anything. I'm going to put some more soil on this side and some more in that container over there, over to the right. And I'm going to grow as much of this stuff as I can. So I've got a few lettuce seeds that I want to do. I've got Paris Island, which is a romaine type, a gourmet blend, and a black seeded Simpson. The last thing I have is baby leaf spinach. They all range they all range between 30 to 68 days until harvest, which I think that puts me at the right time because our thing is in the middle end of September, I think. And I think that'll give me enough time to have them done by then. So I'll probably have to do some succession planting. If you don't know what that is, that's where you, every couple of weeks, you add more seeds into the space so that you don't have a giant amount of seed plants growing at once at the same harvest time. You kind of spread it out so you can have um, more plants over a longer period instead of a giant harvest all at once. So I think they're all about the same depth, 1 to 1/2, 1/4 to 1/2 an inch. Yeah, we're gonna be little sprinkle fairies and just get it all done. That's one that people say they really, really like. It's called Boscabel. That's a really pretty flower. I like this type of soil because when you look at it, it's very crumbly and there's not a lot of big chunks in it. So I like that kind of soil. It's called Coco Loco.
Oh, never mind. We don't do advertisements for free.
I think that's enough for you guys. All right, I think that's good enough for that. Does that look pretty? Did you show our amazing viewers how much rain we had just in one day? So I think we're good. All right, you ready?
Yep.
So now I need to get my seeds. I think, thinking. that these should be clustered together. And I think the main reason is because when you're doing like spinach, you don't harvest the whole plant of spinach. Like sometimes you do, but for the most part, you just want to gather some leaves up individually, and that's what's going to get tossed in. So I'm going to heavily seed this in this area. I don't care about the peppers because I don't think they have enough time to grow to being adults. And so we're just not worried about those. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a couple of furrows. The spinach has to be about 1/2 inch, and then the gourmet blend has to be about 1/4 inch. I think I'm just going to I don't know. I don't know if I want to do rows. I'm just going to sprinkle them in. One more. Do the same thing. We're going to have a lot more of this one apparently. Fine. Ooh, I'm just going to do it like this. They're a little differently shaped. Oh my God. I think I might have went way too heavy in that first one. That was literally all the whole packet.
You should explain why you're doing this.
I
Lettuce.
I did earlier, but I'll do it again. So, the whole explosive diarrhea thing. No one is really a big fan of that right now. And so, because we just want to ensure that we're not going to get that, we are going to grow our own seeds. So, I have the lettuce that we might enjoy at the family gathering that we're going to have in September. So, hopefully, we'll have it in time. I'm not very good at making deadlines when it comes to this kind of stuff. So, there's a very slim chance that it'll be successful. But now we're going to go ahead and do the rest of these seeds over there. And I'm not even going to be able to succession seed because I literally just did the whole lettuce blend this one. So I've got the 3 remaining packets of seed, the romaine, the black seeded lettuce, and the baby leaf. We're going to try and do some succession. So I'm going to try not to use the whole packet by accident. Like I said, we have the spinach, we have the lettuce, black seeded Simpson, and the romaine. I do have quite a bit in here because I haven't done anything out of these 2, but the spinach is on the low side. So I'm wondering which way. I think I'm going to have these on this side because they're bigger, they're taller. So I'm going to do that one. Then I'm going to do this one because I think this is a little bit more compact to give a little bit more space. And then that one. We have the romaine again. So it's the Paris Island. I've tried that before. So good when we made lettuce wraps. I have not successfully gotten this one done. I don't think, no, I've done this one before, but it always seems like everything keeps eating it. When I do it in the springtime, we get and I'm talking about, okay, if you've ever experienced cabbage worms, multiply it by 5,000 because we get them so bad here. Like it's ridiculous. I could literally handpick every single worm off the day before, and then that next morning, there's 20 of them again. Like 20 worms all over my stuff. It's like they had like the baby eggs are just hidden in all the crevices of the little things on lettuce. Like I can't ever do it. So then we also have baby leaf, takes 30 days. And then the last one is that black seeded Simpson. I don't know if I've ever tried it in the store before. It's not like I read the variety in the stores. So maybe we've tried it, maybe we haven't. But we're going to try and do some succession planting, like 1 row, next time come back, next time come back. And then this one will start this row. I'm trying to make sure I do succession planting. I mean, I kind of got them in there. I can come back and thin. We'll do the same thing here. Ooh, these are dark colored. Look at that. And now I'm just going to water everything in. Okay, so I'll be right back with my hose. Doesn't take very long at all for these types of plants to come up, like literally days, especially if it's just enough warmth, but not too hot, they will come up quick. I think my last seeds literally got cooked and drowned because it was like 90 something when I took them out and planted them, thinking, oh, that'd be great. They got cooked and then they drowned. Nothing literally came up. I put like 50 seeds in that bed that over there and nothing came up at all. So either the seeds were just really bad or I literally cooked them. I did not label anything. I have to be very organized in my work life. So when I do this, I just like to just have fun. That is basically it, guys. Just gonna go ahead and finish watering everything. We have a couple of places to go after that. Oh, I am gonna try and later string up those roses on the fence. I just need like a mechanism or a system to actually do that. I'm still not really sure. I'm over the fence. I'm over the fence on whether I should do like a espalier system. It's usually like metal wire and twisty things or whatever, or if I should get some sort of trellis, either make it myself or buy one. They're expensive for just being a few pieces of wood, but I'll have to see which way I go about that. Just let me know what your thoughts. Just let me know what your thoughts are. Put them down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.